Marie, Clark County Fire Chief Greg CASSELL tells me he wishes there was some surveillance that showed the building fire, but that didn't happen. Now investigators are sifting through the rubble for clues.
We're coming up against an area that's burned out. There's a lot of fire damage, but they're trained to read the fire damage and look at the way the patterns are in the building to try and pinpoint an area where it started.
The day after flames and smoke billowed above this once huge building known as the Park at 3900, business owners are left to stare at the debris.
I lost 6 television cameras, tripods, obviously, my entire studio.
Rich Giacovino's television production company was inside the building. He described the expensive camera equipment that went up in flames. Giacovino now hopes to find a way to get his business back on track after it was all destroyed. He remembers the unique studio backdrops he made with his own hands.
Everybody who walked into the studio always acknowledged the bar. Whether it was Mayor Goodman or Governor Sisolak or any entertainer, they all got a kick out of the bar.
Even Nevada's First Lady, Kathy Sisolak, had her financial consulting office there. Records show the building was constructed in the mid-'80s. Clark County officials say during that time period, sprinklers were not mandatory, and the Park at 3900 did not have them. Sprinkler systems were required starting in 2005. Fire investigators say it could be weeks before they figure out what caused the fire. Clark County Fire Chief Greg CASSELL says the inferno may have smoldered in a place for hours in a common attic before erupting.
Once a fire gets in there, even if it's a little fire, it gets up into an attic, common attic. It has a lot of area that it can burn, a lot of cubic feet of space. It's very voluminous. And then the fire, no smoke gets out. It can burn there for a long time before it's noticed.
It's still not clear the exact dollar amount of the destruction. Giacovino is positive he will rebound.
Being a photographer, being an editor, being an engineer, being a salesperson, being a businessman, a janitor, I had to do everything.
The fire chief tells us it could be weeks, months before the investigation is done. There is a chance we may never know what the cause of the fire is. Latoya, back to you in the studio.
All right, we know knowing won't bring their stuff back, but at least they would have some answers. Thank you so much, Antonio.